Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2. You are watching Na'Vi versus Empire. We are here with a game for StarSeries. It is day 16 of season 7 of StarSeries. We have Na'Vi on the dire side, Empire on the Radiant side, and we'll see which one of these two teams will get the points. Of course, so far Empire now sitting on top of the list because they have 6 wins in their name. Na'Vi, they have got, they've got a loss and 2 wins, I believe they have. But we'll see if they can get themselves 3 today. Of course, I'm not by myself. I'm joined by 2 other people. We have got Nahaz he is being the stats man for this game, and you'll be seeing the in-game stats coming off from him, and of course my co-casters here as well. Vikermond, welcome back.
Navi's turn to ban.
Hello.
Hi, good to be back. Empire, really convincing game last game. I was really impressed, especially by Scandal's play. It wasn't the easiest lane situation for him, and he managed to not just make it work, but make it look like it was extremely easy. And they've been playing really well this season, I feel. This kind of a lineup that I don't think people were expecting that much from, but so far they've been able to make it work. But Na'Vi is a big test. Even with one stand-in Pycat for Funnick, it's a pretty big test.
Yeah, it definitely is. The Naga Siren picked up at Empire is definitely something they're going to be happy with and comfortable with, as we saw in the previous game. We've got, apart from that, I mean, we still have a Batten in. We'll see if he gets some playtime. I mean, the Darkseer and Chen were the bans out from Empire, just making sure that Na'Vi couldn't get their hands on, of course, Puppy's Chen and just Darkseer overall. Even though it's not Funnick who's playing the offlane, still very strong hero, very strong control hero as well, that they just don't want to give away. Mess up positioning of Empire. It's something that they, of course, can try to get ahead of. I mean, they're playing with a stand-in. One of the things that you can have then is perhaps some extra control in terms of positioning in team fights, some extra synergy, if you will. But we'll see. Na'Vi going into their bonus time to decide what they want to play next, what they want to play first. We have got OD still in the pool. By the way, for people wondering, Dale Blade Mail is actually Dindy. Yeah. And they just go for the Lifestealer Bomb and just, you know, overall strong heroes. Nature's Prophet picked up as well as Lifestealer. I mean, you can't really go wrong with either of those picks.
No, they're very solid, strong heroes. Lifestealer, one of Hvost's best performing heroes as well. He loves these sort of carries who can reward your farm. Like, he doesn't really do that well on carries that just like are pure mid game and don't really do much like with farm. But he does love heroes like Lifestealer where you can farm up, but also you can dive, you can get in, do a ton of damage. And with the Nature's Prophet, which I think will probably be a Pycat Nature's Prophet, this offers a great Lifestealer delivery vehicle. We know Pycat is really good at farming, so if he's able to be a powerful Nature's Prophet carrying around a Lifestealer with good farm as well, it'll be very troublesome for Empire to deal with. But Empire, not a bad lineup either. Naga Siren, of course, one of the strongest heroes in the game. Maybe even I think one of the 2 or 3 strongest heroes. And Clockwork, a very good role player and a hero that Mag is very comfortable playing.
Yeah, and both of those have got, of course, the same kind of thing to them. They just shout control and initiation, and just control for team fights overall. You've got the cogs, you've got the song, you've got the ensnare, you've got the hookshot to initiate with, or the song again. I mean, there's just a lot of things that Empire has so far in terms of trying to stop what Na'Vi is doing and at least make it their own play, make it their own plan. They just need some heroes to follow up with, and we might see again a Shadow Fiend, because of course they do combine up well with those, and especially because you already know that Lifestealer has a rage, so you want to have that pure damage, or not pure damage, but I mean just right-click damage coming off from the Shadow Fiend. Never mind. Na'Vi just banned out the Shadow Fiend, or has banned out the Shadow Fiend. We have got the Nyx Assassin and the Visage banned out for Empire, so 2 supports removed from the pool for Empire. And Na'Vi, I mean, having the Shadow Fiend removed, maybe they saw the previous game, maybe they saw the same potential as I just mentioned, and of course also the Weaver, who is also able to throw out a lot of damage and just make use of that control to just stand there and hit things real hard. And Na'Vi, of course, has the first chance to pick something up here in the second picking phase.
For sure. And I think both teams have a very solid foundation to a lineup. I don't know, I do feel like Na'Vi have picked to their strengths, certainly. I mean, Hvost, like I already said, does extremely well in Lifestealer. I think Nature's Prophet is a good fit for the 3 role, which is most likely what they'll have Pycat play. And now it's just a matter of filling out with a Bloodseeker, right? That's pretty much all this lineup needs.
Dundee Bloodseeker? It doesn't fit into his name though. I mean, I was gonna say maybe he wants to have something that is Forstenor normally builds a Blade Mail. Otherwise, you know, Dale, Blade Mail, it's, you know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's... Bloodseeker can make blade mail. Why the hell not? I mean, Clockwork is the main blade mail carrier. They could go Axe, but Axe is usually played by Puppy. Not when they do use Axe, it's generally... Yeah, I think... Ooh, interesting, Enigma. I think it'll probably be Puppy Enigma. And Enigma's a hero we've been seeing more of lately, honestly. It's also a hero that Empire really likes to play. Like, they want, like, giving Always Wanna Fly that Enigma. Even when they already have an offlaner, like, they could put Mag on Clock and then give the Enigma to Always Wanna Fly. And they were doing that quite a bit when he was still stand-in for them before he was an official member. But Navi, this gives them a lot of teamfight capacity. Enigma, the new Malefice, is very, very, very strong because it just gives you so much of a pseudo-disable period.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, Enigma is already used to be a signature hero of Puppy. It still is, in comparison or combination with the Jinn and Enchantress. As he still signs those 3 heroes on the poster, by the way. They're all stuck together, so you can sign a signature over all 3. For people that were at TA3, have probably had him do that if they had a chance. But yeah, it will definitely be interesting to see if they can get some momentum there going with the Enigma. I mean, it's still, you have got 2 heroes that can just initiate on you and just
troll it, maybe.
Yeah, perhaps.
Sorry.
Well, you have the Clockwork and the Naga Siren to just interrupt any black hole or something like that with a song or with a hook shot in or with cogs or battery assault. It's very tough to get a good black hole off unless you can get in on those 2 heroes already. Gyrocopter picked up by Empire still, and someone that also is allowing him to just set up for some extra damage when the song hits, of course, to initiate. We already have Rubik as well. Maybe he can steal something from Empire to counter-initiate, though it's very tough to actually steal the song, because Naga Siren normally is able to just use her... yeah, it's not easy. That's what I said, right?
Yeah. No, I was agreeing with you.
Yeah.
You're completely right. But he can still get things like Hookshot, Cogs, Call Down, and this is Kuroki's best hero, so it's good for comfort purposes. I agree that the black hole is not going to be easy to land, and so, I mean, one thing that taking Rubik gives them is Empire has room for 1 more support. Rubik would be amazing as a pickup, so Navi are able to deny Empire the ability to get Rubik, while also giving Kuroki his best hero. Now, it is going to be hard to land Black Hole, as you said, which makes me suspect that, obviously, they must have had another reason for picking Enigma. I think, in fact, actually, if you Black Hole Clockwork and he has Battery Assault running and you don't have BKB, he will automatically remove it, because Battery Assault will interrupt it. So I think the Enigma's for pushing purposes, and that makes me think Troll Warlord for a 5th pick.
Well, they have the Nature's Prophet also to help out with that. If Kuroki's able to steal mirror images, that's going to be a really painful push coming onto Empire. Though they do pick up the Jakiro, that offers some nice counter push with, of course, the Dual Breath and the Macropire, and just is able to just stop pushes in its tracks. But Empire's lineup more and more starts to look like just 5-man teamfight heroes. They have got a trial lane ready now with the Gyro, Jakiro, Naga Siren. Definitely a strong one. You can ensnare someone, Ice Path over the top. Gyro gets himself time to Battery Assault and to move over actually towards his target. Clockwork on the off lane. We're still missing some mid laners. First pick will go to Navi, so slight edge to Empire to be able to counter whatever Navi picks up first. But with already the puck banned out, we might see a Storm picked up by Navi, which... Oh, you said Troll already? Would you still think Troll now that you have the puck banned out?
Yeah. I think Puck would be great for Navi here. So the fact that they banned it isn't surprising. They're banning things... Puck is pretty good against Troll. It's not the funnest of lane matchups. I still think this is Troll Warlord unless Empire ban it, but...
We still have OD in the pool, by the way.
Here's the thing, OD won't beat Troll. That's why Navi isn't bothering to ban him.
But I'm just quite surprised that he made it this far. Normally we see him picked up or banned out very early on. Abaddon's still in the pool as well, though we're not going to see that one, but also someone that you might expect picked or banned earlier on. But interesting
Navi doesn't really love... They don't really love OD, picking OD. They do love picking Razor against OD.
Timbers,
they go for Timbersaw. Okay. I can dig it.
Well, let's see what Empire goes for in return for this one. Could still be OD, actually, up against the Timbersaw. Not that bad. Just burning him out of mana. Not the greatest, perhaps, but we'll see. Scandal, of course, will be playing the hero that is going to be up for grabs.
Queen of Pain is available, which I think would be fabulous.
What do you think
I actually would like the Queen of Pain a little more. Or, yeah, TA,
It's not ideal.
It could work. No, it's good, because she's amazing against... She's pretty good against Lifestealer. And she's pretty good against... Well, tough to say. Eidolons will
break refraction extremely quickly.
Yeah, as well as the treants, and I mean, it's
And
not
reactive
ideal
armor,
on
if it stacks up
on
a
the
lot,
lane.
meld won't be as effective. I don't know, it's questionable.
Whoa. Well, that's going to be a lone druid. Are we going to see Scandal lone druid? Because that would be a first for me, I think.
More likely Scandal Clockwork, right?
Yeah. Clock up against Timbersaw is fairly decent to do, but it still will be mag on the Clockwork, so we'll see Scandal lone druid.
Oh, nope. I
Denied.
was totally wrong. Yeah, good point. Lone Druid against Timbersaw.
Perhaps
well,
they'll still swap, though. I mean, that potential is, of course, there.
yeah, I can dig Lone Druid against the Saw because he can sit far enough back and still last hit that there's essentially no chance of, for instance, getting hit by Whirling Death. So Timbersaw won't really be able to harass him. Now, the reactive armor from Timbersaw will be very effective, but this does pose the threat. Timbersaw typically will not take too many ranks of Timber Chain when he's doing mid.
10 seconds
And if you have one rank of Timber Chain and you get entangled, and that's the moment at which they come. Let's say Dendi is here, right?
I can't
right
see.
here?
Oh, yeah, pings.
And
yes.
they come to smoke with Jakiro and Naga. Unless he has like rank 3 Timber, because he's on Dire side, he can't actually escape. He can't chain away. So the Lone Druid does present that threat where if he entangles you, you could be in very, very, very deep trouble because you won't be able to Timber Chain away. I'm still kind of surprised they didn't go for Troll Warlord. I think it would have been a little stronger, maybe, but the thing is Timbersaw can blow people up very quickly, so...
Let's see who's playing what, and if they actually stick to their roles. Of course, we are having Navi on the Dire side for this game, and we're having Kuroki playing one of his signature heroes. It is a Rubik Puppy on a signature. Enigma, who's actually been playing Enigma's second, like, next to Chen. He is, it is his second most played hero, basically that. We've got Pycat playing the Nature's Prophet, as you called. He would probably do that. Havost playing his Lifestealer. Dale Blademail, who's Dendi, will be taking on the last one. It is a Timbersaw that'll take up towards the mid-roll, and he only has one previous appearance on the Timbersaw. He has been playing it a lot in pubs, though, and he's been streaming those out as well, so quite comfortable, I would assume, with a Timbersaw.
Scandal, though. Poor Scandal. 0-3 on Lone Druid.
Ouch.
Definitely not. I mean, it's an unusual choice. I think it definitely can work. It does give them quite a bit of a pushing threat, as well as a very strong like alternative carry source. So Lone Druid is going to scale a lot harder than almost anybody else that you could put in that mid lane. So maybe that's the potential, is even if Gyro strikes out a little bit, they can still have this Lone Druid who can farm up and perform very well. So on Empire, it will be Scandal, most likely piloting up the mid lane as Lone Druid, although we could still see Clockwork, but it's a really tough matchup against Timbersaw. So Scandal is the Lone Druid in the mid, Mag solo laning as Clockwork, and then a tri-lane that will be composed of Always Wanna Fly on the Jakiro, Vanscore for the second game as Naga Siren, and Silent on the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, pretty strong trial lane for sure. I'm assuming that it will be up against a safe lane, like that it will be a safe lane basically, and that we'll see Nature's Prophet just rotate into the jungle because he can't really do anything against this trial lane. One ensnare and he's probably gone. So that will be a free farming Gyrocopter up against a fairly free farming Lifestealer who'll be up against a Clockwork, and he'll have some support of course. And that would favor Empire, I think, depending on if a host tries to go for Hand of Midas. I'm not expecting that actually, but we do see it sometimes when you know that there is a farming war going on. But considering we have got an Enigma, a Nature's Prophet, and perhaps a lot of pushing coming out of Navi, he might just want to go for just a fast build to make sure the game doesn't last too long and just end the game early, and therefore going for some early game items. Let's see if there was a swap. There was a swap. Mag playing Lone Druid, Scan on the Clockwork.
Okay.
Swap has been done.
Interesting, but
And
this
then,
is...
then we have a safe lane Mag.
I like safe lane Lone Druid, I think it's very strong, but they're basically sacrificing mid for it. Clock is not going to win the mid against Timber. It's really not going to happen. Maybe if Scandal vastly outplays Dendi, but even as I say that, I'm like,
Yeah,
There's some
tough to do.
capacity for the Clockwork to just, if he places every single cogs perfectly, he can do a little bit of the old bump and grind and reduce Timber's mana and keep him off lane a bit. So it's going to come down to pinpoint execution on cogs, but the first time Timber lands Whirling Death, Clock is just already not happy.
Seconds to battle.
Interesting, by the way, he's gone with the early magic stick. So right from the first, spends all his gold. They don't pool Scandal anything, which is interesting. But he does get the early magic stick. So every time Timber uses that Whirling Death, he is going to get a little bit of extra regen out of it. Mag, yeah, they haven't pulled him either. It doesn't look like.
Nope.
Oh no, they did. Nope. Okay.
No, not actually. No pool. We are gonna see then a solo laning lone druid, and that's actually fine. Oh, wait a second, maybe Avos in a bit of trouble. He already rages. There is a regen rune next to him as well. He might be able to pick it up. He picks it up, but it's Jakiro actually. Never mind, Jakiro picks it up. There might be another dual breath coming out in a second, slowing down Kuroki. Indeed, Rocket Barrage there as well. Kuroki trying to get himself out of this. Is there enough damage to take him down? There might be.
Yeah,
First
there is,
blood around the corner. Salve used. One more hit, gets a kill. Always on a fly. Takes first blood up against an RV.
That's that rage cooldown nerf, right?
Yep.
Los has to leave the fight because he knows he won't have rage by the time the fight is over. Whereas if he has a 12-second cooldown, he can maybe stay in or stay close enough that he can come back in and rage again. But yeah, really nice fight for Empire to start out with. But you can just see Scandal already taking a beating in the mid. Not gonna, a nice bump. He gets the first bump, but it's gonna take more for him to actually do okay in this lane.
Yeah, in terms of, I mean, in theory he shouldn't die, but in terms of last hits, he probably won't be getting that much. But we'll see. I think if the top lane is successful for Empire, which already started out great, because Silence is already level 2, while Vost still level 1. But if they can hold the Vost off here, and if they can get free farm upon Mag, I think Empire will be in a decent position. Timbersaw, of course, a hero that can have a big impact, should he be just snowballing ahead, but I think it will be okay for Empire for now. They're willing to give that up and willing to try to see if their trialing can get big enough in time for that before the Timbersaw gets too big.
Yep. I think that there's definitely a lot of ways that Empire can win this. Like, it's not gonna be an easy fight. Like, look how much damage Kvost is. Oh, he didn't get the rage!
Now he gets the rage though, but he's still taking quite a bit of damage. One more Riptide could do the job. Tries to run, goes down already. Open wound still slowing down Vanscore, but the creeps are there to tank up the tower because the lane just got pulled by Kuroki. Not really helping out there, but it's gonna be the second kill of the game, going the way of Empire again.
Yeah, Empire, very nice start for them. The tri-lane really, the first blood helped a lot for Always Wanna Fly, and then a nice kill spotting out Ghost when he wasn't safe. Puppy actually gets himself out of trouble by stealing that.
Oh, he might be able to kill off Scandal here.
Oh,
Scandal tries to run for it. One more hit away from dying. Those creeps helping out though. And the creeps actually, oh, Puppy runs for it. Malefiz! Ooh, Cogs!
What a bump!
Oh, what a Cogs! That was insane. Puppy runs himself out. He can do so because he has got, of course, the haste. No kill being done there, and I think that's, of course, Scandal's gain here. I mean,
oh yeah, that's amazingly critical for Scandal, who's already like having a difficult time in this lane, to not die. Really, that was just that bump was amazing, like perfectly timed. Yep. If he had timed it even a millisecond earlier or later, he would have died. Oh, he doesn't get that bump though. Now he's in trouble.
Yeah, in the meantime, that's indeed Cogs. That might be Scandal Dev. One more hit away from dying. There he goes. In the meantime, on the top lane, dive going on. Avos might be in some trouble. Gets ensnared. In comes Kuroki. Ice Path will still be there upon Avos, though, who opens up on Always Wanna Fly. But the Creep Wave, actually, the Creep Wave is helping out Always Wanna Fly. Lifestealer could not get close to try and eat his way to victory, and now Kuroki is going to be in a lot of trouble, gets ensnared. No more mana from Jakiro, but it's not needed. That's going to be another kill, double kill for Silent, and all of a sudden 4 for 1. That one kill, of course, in the mid lane, but 4 kills on the top lane. Maybe Puppy can make something happen here. TP in from They Just Profit as well. They want to try and get something. Rocket Rush still doing quite a bit of damage. A nice Riptide as well. Nice Ice Path from Always Wanna Fly. He will still end up going down probably, but we'll see what Empire gets in return for it. Oh, Always Wanna Fly not dying. I talked too fast. That's going to be a Lifestealer not able to chase anymore. Pycat not able to do anything on his Nature's Prophet, and nobody actually dying on Empire on the side of on this top lane.
Yeah, that was actually, I'm not gonna, that wasn't disastrous for Navi, but that was a huge problem. The fact that Pycat TP'd away, look how much damage Mag is going to be able to deal to this tower now while he's gone. He didn't quite get the, so he missed the pull on the creep wave, but he would have been able to deal half this tower's life and damage if he had gotten that pull. So that was excellent play from Empire to peel out of that fight. Just great positioning, harassing Pycat immediately, actually forcing a salve out from him when he thought he was going to just come in and mop up. So honestly, Empire, I'm really impressed so far. This is they're playing extremely well. Even though Scandal, of course, is not winning this mid lane, only one death is not so bad, honestly.
And it's the only lane that they're not winning. Because top lane, I think, with oh, he hooks himself inside with
yeah.
Dale Blade Mail actually.
Oh
Chakram.
no, he's dead. He's dead.
Yep.
Every bump you miss is pretty much a death.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a tough lane.
You can't get yourself stuck inside of a cogs together with a Timbersaw. It's just not gonna end well. You're gonna get slowed, of course. Also, then he's still having some mana. He still has 3 stick charges as well, so he's gonna be fine. He'll walk back to base though, and that actually helps out Scandal slightly in terms of he doesn't lose more than Dendy does. He's actually back earlier, so not actually that bad. But yeah, he's the only lane so far that his team is actually losing. Top lane is winning, bottom lane is winning. Highest on last hits is actually Mag on his lone druid, who is 29 for 9 at the moment. Second highest being Enigma. I mean, that's the difference right now that Empire has not got in favor of them, because they do not have a jungle hero solidly getting some experience and farm inside the jungle like Navi has. Oh, dual breath.
Yeah.
Slow down on Vost. There's the rage. In comes the snare still though. Might be some trouble. Open wounds up and always want to fly. He tries to run for it. In comes Puppy. Has got the Malefice. Chakram also there. That's gonna be one dead always want to fly. Dendy coming in to help that, and I mean, the team of Empire just not close enough, and maybe if there's a Sprout up on Silent, they might be able to do something still. Kuroki call down, and snare. Kuroki might be in some trouble. Will there be a Rocket Barrage? No, he doesn't pop it. In comes a TP. This is a Jakiro. Ice Path misses. Dual Breath doesn't miss, but the Malefice will hit.
Oh no,
Freeze the Sprout. Oh, here comes a hook. Scandal might be able to make something different. The second time that Always Wanna Fly dies in this fight though is 4-on-4. Cogs in. Puppy will end up dropping with one more hit. There he goes. Clockwork with the flare kill. Maybe they can get themselves a Timber Saw. The Timber Chain away. It's only level 2. Silent still very low on life. The one Whirling Death might be enough to kill him off. In comes a Vost. Scandal still in here. Cogs, nicely done. But he's still stuck.
Bottom tower.
Still stuck. TP's himself home.
Yeah, I think he's fine, probably.
Yes, he's fine.
Tough fight for Empire. I'm surprised it didn't go worse, honestly. I thought that Dendy ran out of mana, basically. Otherwise, he would have really been able to mop up. Very chancy. They do get away without Silent dying. That's the big thing for me. He's participated in all 6 of Empire's 6 kills, and he doesn't die. They really thought that they could get Ghost, but their positioning was quite bad. Like, Always Wanna Fly is here, Vanscore is here, and Silent is here. And he walks like to here and then is like, nope. So they basically give away Jakiro for nothing in that fight, but just the fact that Gyrocopter dies means that they're still maintaining an advantage, especially because it was a bunch more free farm time, including a tower for Mag.
And of course, I mean, Jakiro died twice in that fight. He only just got himself level 3. He was, of course, level 2 still in the fight, so he does go down very fast. But he's now taking up the mid lane by himself, while he now has a Scandal sitting next to him just in case someone comes to take him down. But he will be able to get some more levels this way, because it's real needs. Because you need that longer duration Ice Path. I mean, otherwise you're also so squishy. Level 3 also for the Naga Siren, also something that's going to be tough for you to deal with. You need that song to initiate or counter-initiate if you can.
He's definitely really, really under-leveled. They did do a very nice Sentry Ward placement. They had an inkling that Navi was warding right around here, and they were exactly right. Navi had a ward here.
Yep.
So Scandal, Navi knew that he was there. You actually saw Havost, I think, pinging Scandal's spots. That's why Kuroki was all the way back here. But now that the ward is gone, Scandal is once again free to use Hook in here.
Oh, Puppy. And Snared. Cooldown comes down as well. He does have a Black Hole, though. Ice Path Flat Cannon going to be enough to pick him up. They wanted to be careful by not getting Black Hole. They keep enough distance. And with that Ice Path there, a lot of control coming up from Empire. Hookshot in. Then he able to get himself away though. He still has a chakram. Is thinking about coming back into the fight. Perhaps Kuroki able to walk himself out. Kuroki was level 4. Also not a support that's that high level, but at least he's not lowest level.
This is really good play by both teams. Like this is, it's really nice to watch people play at this high level. It's like we've had a lot of amazing Starladder games, but a lot of them have been sort of like both teams playing pretty pubby in some ways, which is fine and it's fun to watch. But
and Snare. Lifestealer, I think he's gonna go down. One more hit away. Oh, nice Black Hole though. An Infestar goes back onto almost full life. Goes for Always Wanna Fly. Uses tick charges. Is it gonna be enough? Ice Path misses. Dual Breath does not miss. And that's gonna be Lifestealer still alive. 20 HP left. He's okay. Chakra up with Silence. Still ends a cooldown. Has to run though. One more hit away from dying. There he goes. Double kill for Puppy as he also takes down the Naga Siren. 3 deaths on the side of Empire.
Amazing Black Hole.
Yeah,
100%
lifesaver.
Black Hole there.
Lifesaver for sure. In the meantime, the Lone Druid hasn't been mingling in fights at all. So far, everybody of Na'Vi has been involved in those fights on the top lane. While Empire, of course, is fighting with 4. And Mag has got a Hand of Midas, he's got 1k gold. And actually, I feel like he should be having more than he has right now. But he's still highest on net worth. And we're only 9 minutes into the game. What am I complaining about? He's doing fine.
Yeah. The game's very early. It's just been very action-packed with amazing. Honestly, that kill on Puppy here, it was so good because they made it completely unpunishable by pulling over the jungle creeps and using Flat Cannon to hit Puppy here by shooting the creeps here and not moving the Gyrocopter into Black Hole range. Like, that was amazing play. And then Na'Vi with just very effective countering, and especially that fight at top to save Xbox. These are critical. Like, they got him to phase boots, which he's still really behind, but he's so far less behind than he was when he was sitting on no boots. Like, yeah, honestly, just very, very well played to both teams. Empire, they had an early advantage. I don't think they have much of an advantage now, especially now that they actually did lose Silent, but only as a result of Na'Vi playing at a very high level.
Yeah, and the gold difference is 2k in favor of Empire, but all that gold is actually sitting basically on the lone druid. I mean, he's took down a tower, that's the reason why they're ahead. As we have got 3 or 4 heroes of Empire rotating towards the top lane. They will get flanked here from behind. Kuroki coming in. Oh, in over his head. In comes an Ice Path, and I think Kuroki is going to be a goner. There we go. Battery Assault helping out. Silent with the last hit. In comes Dendy, looking for a chakram. Always want to fly in some trouble. Of course, he's the one that controlled the fight with that Ice Path. Taking a lot of damage. In comes a cooldown. Ice Path will miss. Or at least Rage will be able to not... Or because of the rage, you'll be able to not get affected by it. It's a 1-for-1 trade in the end. Support for support, slightly in favor of Empire for Jakiro, so getting the experience of that kill, but very little difference.
I'd say the trade is actually in Navi's favor because Xbox basically got the solo kill on the Jakiro, so that's some critical extra gold and experience for Lifestealer. Whereas the kill on Rubik, sure it's nice, sure everybody participated in it, but Empire don't have a carry hero who's behind who would really love to get solo kills if he can. So I actually think Empire, because they weren't able to get more than 1 kill, that isn't quite what they wanted, because they spent almost their entire team to do it.
Now look at Scandal here on this bottom lane. He is predicting that someone of Na'Vi will come and try to make Mag's life hell, or maybe trying to take some farm on the bottom lane. I mean, Mag might be able to kill him, but considering he has a Hand of Midas, killing potential is only going to be based on luck, and tangles, of course, needed for that. But nobody comes, and Mag or Scandal still not showing himself, by the way. It's still nighttime. He hasn't showed himself just yet. And in comes Puppy, actually. This might be bad. He does have a black hole available in 5 seconds. In comes a TP coming off from the Timber Saw. Infested Lifestealer and Nature's Prophet there as well. They really want Mag. They use a black hole for that, and with the cogs on cooldown, there's no way that they can interrupt that black hole anymore. Lone Druid goes down. And Scandal gets himself out, or at least tries to, get all the up onto the high ground. Yep. Doesn't have a TP scroll, kind of screwed, sitting inside the chakram. Kind of dead as well. And kind of visible as well. That's going to be one that's clockwork. Double kill.
Yep. Very nicely played to Na'Vi there. And again, they're seizing control back of the game. I think that's a perfectly legitimate use of a black hole by Puppy there. It knows that it probably won't be punished, and knows that, you know, it's going to be a rare circumstance in which you can get black holes off completely unmolested. So, like, it was a good use. They got the Lone Druid. He has a lot of HP. It takes a while to chew through, and he has been free farming the whole game. They wasted a lot of his Midas time there. It's been off cooldown for a while he was dead. Yeah. So Na'Vi, I would say that they're basically controlling the pace of the game, and Rubik is very close to level 6 as well. After this creep wave, I think he has it.
Yeah, he should be having it for sure. Yeah, there we go. Level 6. And tier 1 tower in some trouble. It's the first tower that is actually might be going down here, as Gyrocopter goes down to a solo Nature's Prophet on the top lane. Uses his cooldown. I think he got a bit too trigger happy to try and get the tower. Tower gets denied.
He did.
I am kind of curious to see what happens when Mag actually gets his items up, because he so far, the only involvement in fights so far is the time that he was ganked just now by Na'Vi. But once he starts mingling in fights, if he has himself the Radiance, which it looks like he still wants to have, there might be a shift again in favor of Empire. For now, though, you're completely right. I mean, Na'Vi is... They have the control of this game. They are the ones to determine where, when, what's happening. And especially with Kuroki at level 6 now, they can make a lot more happen on the map.
Yeah, I do think that Empire is still in okay shape simply because of what you said exactly. The Midas Lone Druid is going to continue to farm towards what I have to assume is a Radiance, because otherwise why would he have gone such an early Midas? And that'll be useful, certainly. And I do think that Gyrocopter, even with the 2 deaths, I think Scandal is doing fine. Sorry, I should say Silent is doing fine. He's got Mithril Hammer. He's going to try to get the BKB as safely as possible. I think maybe he'll even still go for the drums, although now that he's died twice and lost a lot of Unreliable, it's a little more chancy.
Yeah, he just continues farming on the top lane. He's all by himself, by the way. No supports helping him out. Supports are just trying to get some extra gold. We've still got no level 6 up on the Naga Siren, and he really needs that song. Jakiro also no level 6 just yet. I mean, maybe his Macropyre is slightly less important than the song, but still very needed if you want to go for that big team fight, wombo combo, of course, or combo wombo, however you want to say it. We have got the drums almost up on Avost. He is farming bottom. We'll be backing off again because he's all by his lonesome as well. But so far, both teams seem to be at a bit of an impasse. We have got Silent farming some Ancients. That might be enough to at least get his... Does he have his Minthra Hammer already? No.
No.
Well, still needs to have one... There's a Minthra Hammer, 1.2k gold. But,
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood who you meant. Yeah, he had the hammer before the last fight, I think, so he's actually getting pretty close. As long as they get some space, they really do need that BKB. And if they want Radiance, which, yeah, at this point it's 3.7k. I'm very interested by Mag's Lone Druid style. We almost always see people transferring the Midas onto the bear and then back onto the hero. But he's had it on the hero, I think, this whole time, so maybe feeling like if he's using the bear for more, like, he's worried maybe he'll... I don't know, actually. But I'm not sure why he's not switching it.
We've got 2 smoked heroes on the top lane, Kuroki and Poppy hanging around there. Nobody comes there, though. So this is a lost waste of time.
Yeah. I mean, Empire are still fairly stable, and they do... It's 1 Midas for each team. The main thing they've given up is they had that great start where they held Kvothe down completely. And he's basically back. Like, he has Phase Boots drums. He can make Armlet now if he wants to. He can go straight to the Sange and Yasha for the race car build, the YYF build. Kvothe is back. He's 4.5k net worth, and now Nature's Prophet, of course, has been essentially undelayed. Dendi is moving towards Bloodstone. I think Na'Vi are pretty stable as well, which Empire, I'm sure, were really hoping to just compound that early laning advantage from their very successful aggressive tri-lane. They haven't really been able to do that. They did get level 6 for their support, so that's something.
Definitely, as we have got Lone Druid able to pick himself up the Relic, and he is pretty close to his Radiance, so that might make a difference, of course, also if at some point Enigma wants to go for Blink Dagger. He now has his mechanism complete right now, but if he wants to go for Blink Dagger, which we already pointed out might be an important tool for him because you want to try to avoid getting songed or hookshotted or cogged when you are casting your black hole, so the one solution for that is catch them both in the black hole. And for that, you kind of need a Blink Dagger because they normally hang out in the back of fights. But with the Bear, with the Radiance there, that Blink Dagger, of course, will be disabled. So very important pickup for Empire, and we might see them just push a bit with that. And talking about pushing, so far, the pushing combination of a Nature's Prophet with an Enigma, they've tried it just now on the top lane. Nobody came in to defend, I think that was their hope. But no towers have actually gone down on the side of Empire at all.
Yeah, they do have 6 towers up, and that, essentially the main thing that gives them is unimpeded access to their own jungle. And that's extremely important when you have a Gyrocopter and a Lone Druid, both of whom want to do hard farming. Also, that's when Clockwork being not that item dependent also comes in really handy, because he won't be taking farm from them. And he won't be taking farm from Silent, who had a good start, but is really, like, he's stagnated, honestly. Like, he could be a little ahead of where he is now, but the fact that their jungle is free for him to take, they can continue to stack Ancients and clear them with Gyrocopter, will basically make up for that. In fact, after this Ancient stack, I believe he will have the BKB, and then can start adding things like Helm of the Dominator, Butterfly, whatever he wants to go to next.
Yeah, you should definitely have his BKB after this Ancient stack. It's a big one. And he gets it... Nope. Oh, that one failed. Well, that's a disappointment. Flare...
It's a lot of Rock Golems, which are hard to continue stacking.
Yeah, the Flare from Rubik did scout out that they are indeed trying to stack this Ancient camp, so maybe Na'Vi will try to snipe it out. And by the way, Flare on Rubik is pretty scary. Hmm?
Did he actually block the camp with the Flare?
No. He was too late with that.
Okay.
In comes a Shadow Blade for the Nature's Prophet.
Tower is under attack.
Split pushing, here we go. Radiant's ready though. Maybe Empire will try to make their move.
Pretty good Radiance timing. I mean, Midas and Radiance, 18 minutes. Even with the 1 death, Mag is farming very well. 145 last hits in 18 minutes is nothing to sneeze at.
Well, his gold per minute is highest of everybody, 470-ish. Looking pretty solid, as Scandal still looking for something in the mid lane, and of course he's the one that they want to use to initiate. Maybe get themselves a kill upon Dendi, but they're hanging all 5 mid right now with the Bear farming or pushing out bottom with his Radiance. They want to try and fight. We see drawing on the minimap from Scandal that they want to go behind the tier 1 tower perhaps, but it looks like Na'Vi is prepared for this. They've got the Bloodstone up on Timber, of course. They have the flares to try and scout out the movements of the enemy team, and they've got the Black Hole up as well. I don't think they're going to be scared to try and take a fight here, though they don't have everybody very close by, and that might be a difference for Empire. It'd be scary for Empire.
I do think that BKB on Silent's going to be a pretty big deal. Until Na'Vi have Nature's Prophet really able to provide... Oh, they don't get the Ice Path. Nice job by Dendi. Really good use of Timber Chain there. I like this Dendi build, not going 2 points in reactive. He just feels confident enough that it's safe for him to get the maximum amount of damage out. And so far, he's been the major damage dealer because Kvothe had a poor start. Although he's mostly caught up now. I believe he has full armlet. Yeah, he has full armlet. That's fantastic for him. And Puppey is building towards BKB.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now let's see what the Empire does though. I mean, with that lone druid, you want to try and make something happen now. They're trying to push the tower fortification already used. Baron just standing in the chakram. Like he doesn't care, which actually he should, because losing a Baron is a pretty big deal, actually. But we'll see. Taking their time, still only forcing 2 of Na'Vi to sit behind the tower, with 5 of Empire sitting in front of the tower. 4 rather, because we do have Silent back to farming top, who has a BKB ready, who has a TP scroll as well. That's of course one of the lucky things if you still have all your towers up. The potential to TP in is everywhere on the map. Slowly but steadily they'll take the tower down, but it might actually get the Knight. The bear will go down, gets resummoned. There we go. But the tower, is it in the Knight range? No, not yet. Wow, close though.
Yeah, it's right on the cusp, so they have to be very careful about how they... I don't think he gets it. Nice.
Dire's middle
Nice
tower
indeed.
has fallen.
Here comes an Ice Path to try and help out as well. Malif is still on the bear. They know this is the second bear, so if they take it down, they will take it down for a long time, and that would be a big pick-off for Na'Vi. As
Yeah,
we already have Scandal
survivability.
gone there.
The survivability of the bear is not great yet because it has no items besides the Radiance. Like, it really is just a... he puts it on the hero again. Mag really likes putting stuff on his hero.
Oh, it's fair
Now
enough.
he's carrying the Radiance.
The
and
bear will be
is
sent
just-
back to base to heal up.
Yeah. It makes sense if you're going to send the bear back, which he is because, again, it has no survivability. Don't send it back with the Radiance. It's a complete waste of time, so... Just give himself that extra farm by having him, the true form, carry the Radiance. Meanwhile, Chvos now up to 1k gold on top of his phase drums armlet. We could see SNY next.
Yeah,
We
definitely
could also see Basher.
I would actually like the Basher more, just to get some disable for
Against Gyro?
Gyrocopter, but...
Yeah.
I mean, Gyro hasn't really tried to fight yet either. I mean, he still has 10 seconds on his BKB. He's sitting on 1600 gold. We'll take another ancient camp here. Quite a lot of gold for him. He tries the second once more. Let's see if he's lucky. Or skilled. Or neither. Neither. Well, that's sad. It's not blocked. Am I wrong on this? No, right? Nope. He just mistimed.
I think he mistimed it, yeah.
Well, Timber's
Oh.
sitting on 1300 gold also.
Scandal.
Ooh,
They
top
spawned
lane.
out Pika.
Yeah, they already dusted up the Nature's Prophet, but it looks like he's able to get himself away. Scandal, though, sprouted up, puts the cogs up. Still taking a lot of damage. Ice Path, only it's upon Puppey. Dual Breath there as well. In comes the Gyro. In comes the
No mana
Mech
for
Replier. BKB Rocket Barrage.
Got
Puppey
mana.
still has a
Got
black
mana.
hole, though. Oh, Puppey keeps himself up. Ice Path will help out, though, and that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Scandal, of course, going down. In comes a song, allowing for Silent to get himself out. In the end, not a worthy trade at all for Empire, because they used that first 10-second charge of the BKB of Silent.
And the 180-second song.
And the song. And they only get an Enigma in return for it. Of course, they get a black hole, which is actually fairly okay-ish. Oh, always want to fly. Dendy really diving far for this one. Past the tier 1 tower. We actually also have Kuroki with an Ice Path. Hits it, but always want to fly. Telekinesis there as well. Always want to fly. Will end up going down with the Blade Mill, or Dill Blade Mill helping out there. Gets himself the kill. Dendy getting rewarded for his dive. Another Ice Path comes out, trying to push the creep wave back as well. Fan score sprouted up. In comes another cooldown. Silent back in this one. Of course, after TPing out. Nice Cogs. Gets himself 2. Does there as well. Rocket Barrage still hits. Is there going to be a Flat Cannon? Nice Ice Path from Kuroki. Flat Cannon might be enough to kill off someone at least. Nature's Prophet tries to TP himself out. Nobody there doing the damage apart from a flare. And in comes another Ice Path, stopping everybody from trying to do anything at all. And still Dendy
man.
in this. He really wants Scandal. Nice Cogs once again. And he looks to be out of the woods for this one. Almost has got his first stuff ready. Never mind, Nature's Prophet from the fountain, or at least not from close by. Still able to get the kill in the end with the ultimate. In the end, Na'Vi definitely a fight in their favor, because the creeps took down a tier 1 tower in the meantime as well. And I mean, look at that gold graph change. That's just all that we need to see to know that this fight indeed very much in favor of Na'Vi.
Oh yeah, and I mean, Chvos was free farming during all that time.
Radiant's bottom tower
I mean, that was all down. In the end, it was all down to the base Kuroki Ice Path Steel perfect placement. Stuns 3, gets Nature's Prophet out of a fight that he would guaranteed have died in otherwise. Gets Dendy out when he was in a lot of trouble. Excellent play by Kuroki, well played by Dendy, pressuring the advantage, knowing exactly how much to press an advantage. They take Roche off of it. I mean, Empire, I hate to say it, they're just kind of getting outskilled on an individual level here. Like, they started out doing really well, but the more, like, unusual and chaotic and oddly positioned the engagements are happening, Navi's just
That's what Navi does. They thrive on chaos. And Puppey, even, like, he died, but that black hole, like, he managed to kite them just long enough to get that last 1 mana to get the black hole off to buy them a ton of time.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, it was perfect because, of course, he only had 19 HP left, but yeah, it was a quite good black hole. Died for it, but died for the good cause. Fight going the way of Navi, who are now definitely in control of this game. We've got a Blink Dagger picked up as well, going the way of the Timbersaw, because, I mean, normally I would be saying, wow, Blink Dagger up on Timbersaw. We've seen 4 stabs before, but we know that Dendy just likes to pick up Blink Daggers on basically everything.
Yeah,
and
he did this yesterday too.
yeah, Timbersaw is just no surprise that he does it on that one as well, as we have got Mag maybe trying to make something happen, but in comes the blinking Timbersaw. Mag tries to TP himself out and is going to be able to do just that. In comes an Ice Path, but
Nice and tangle on Kvos there. Kvos, by the way, going straight for the Assault Cross, so that'll help a lot for just armor purposes to try to bring down that lone druid. Always want to fly. I think he's dead.
yeah, doing what he can. Still does quite a bit of damage to a Vost here, but will still indeed go down. Godlike Shriek for Timbersaw. He's not done just yet though. Infest Lifestealer inside Dendy, knowing that Dendy might be able to get himself out faster than he himself could. We've got some supports coming in though. Puppey and Kuroki coming in with the Rubik and the Enigma, looking for entangles for Mag. He finds one under the tower. Puppey, no black hole up. Actually, he has, but he can't put it out anymore. In comes a song from Vanscore. Aegis gets burned. Nature's Prophet still in some trouble after he at least takes down the Gyrocopter, who buys back, by the way. Sprout is there as well. Scandal going down as well. Nice Sprout still catching 2. But it looks like once again Na'Vi, even though the initiation comes from Empire, Na'Vi the one to get themselves out with most of the heroes of Empire. And they're not even done just yet. Always on a fly, already died at the start of the fight, will die again. Back comes Denny looking for Silent, who just bought himself back. Will be able to make himself back to base as Mag runs for his life, TPs himself out, and will be able to do that. But that was still 4 heroes dead on Empire, and a buyback from a Gyrocopter. Important fight for Na'Vi, and they won it again.
Yeah, I mean, Dendy is now 11-0. I really think teams are just not respecting. It's like the same thing as yesterday when Kaipi, they were against Navi. I can't remember who they were against, but they took Timbersaw, and the other team just did nothing to hold down the Timbersaw, and then all of a sudden Dendy has like 1 trillion items, and he's 11-0, just like he is here. I mean, I feel like there's not enough respect for the Timber, just putting Clock against him, being like, he'll probably muddle through, and not really a lot of attempts to gank him early on, so yeah, I mean, Hvoost has the full Assault Cross, I think, off of that fight. Yeah, he's delivering the last bits of it now. It's going to be Dendy finishing off Shiva's in a pretty good timing. Empire are really, really, really on the back foot, especially with the, like, plowing the Gyrocopter buyback into that. What did the Gyrocopter buyback really gain them? Almost,
nothing.
I think almost nothing.
Nothing
And
at all.
Dendy now 15 charge Bloodstone. If Dendy dies, his respawn time will be 4 seconds.
Yeah, and luckily for Empire, there's no tier 1 tower setting anymore, so if the fight happens on the side of Empire, it might take some time for Denny to be there, but he is still Timbersaw, and he's got a Blink Dagger, so his mobility is pretty high. But I've got to take the silver linings of no tier 1 towers here for Empire, should he indeed die, if they get him down to begin with, because that alone is going to be quite the challenge, with everybody of Na'Vi being around the corner. Puppey almost having his BKB ready. We've got Nature's Prophet, of course, able to TP himself in. He's got himself the Scythe of Ice ready, and 2100 gold. Hasn't died yet a single time either. And just overall, everybody of Na'Vi seemingly shaping up, seemingly getting their core items ready. And Empire, they kind of feel like they can't really do anything at the moment apart from waiting for the peak moment of Na'Vi to be over, and that might never end.
I don't think it will. I think Timbersaw is going to continue being essentially rolling, because who the hell else is going to go BKB, right? You're going to go BKB on Clock? You can, but it limits him in a lot of other ways, and he really wants that Force Staff as well. For Lone Druid to go BKB is an enormous concession, because it does almost nothing for the bear other than that. And he needs Cuirass too, because Lone Druid has like almost fallen behind Lifestealer in item development. We're talking about a guy who free farmed versus a guy who had an extremely difficult aggressive Trilane against him. I mean, Mag does have the Radiance, that's a big difference, but the fact that his Cuirass isn't done and Hvost's is a big teamfight disadvantage for Empire. It is going to be very, very tricky to peel it back from here.
Ooh. Empire smoked up, they look for Puppey. Puppey just finished up his BKB. Might still get entangled though, but in comes the Sprout. Bear shall not chase. Na'Vi does cancel their go on the tier 2 bottom for this one. In comes the infested Timbersaw. And they will just be fighting the
Oh,
bear,
he's
but that will
with the
be a
bear.
good pickup. Look at them just melt. There is a resummon, I believe, yeah, but he can't afford to die again right now, because if he does, that will be like big difference in the next fight.
And then he has Blink, so just look at how much he chases. He doesn't quite force out the BKB, but it's close.
Well, he might still, indeed.
Oh, there's the fight.
Yeah, looking for Entangle, can't find it. Hex is still up on Silent. Hovosh chasing down Silent. In comes the Song, allowing for Silent to get out, but he doesn't have a TP scroll. They're actually gonna try to fight this. In comes a 3-man Ice Bath. Doesn't hit up on Puppy though. His BKB was first. BKB turned on, call down, hook shot, Puppy brought down. Jakiro still dying as well on the side of Empire, but so far so good. Pyket teleporting himself out. A brilliant save from Navi, but they might still get themselves. No! Hookshot from Kuroki saves the life of Dendi. He gives his life for it, but worthy for that one. And then he lives.
Another based Kuroki play, the huge stun with the stolen hookshot. That was... I mean, what greater thing can you do as support Rubik than steal an ult that stuns all 5 players? They could have lost Timber and Lifestealer there, and instead neither of them die. Amazing play. Honestly, that was a great fight for Empire, and I think the crappy thing if you're Empire is you just had an amazingly well-played fight, and you barely got anything out of it.
Yeah.
They didn't kill Pycat, they didn't kill Dendi, they didn't kill Kvos. They just got Puppy, which again, all credit due to Mag for just charging straight in, making sure that he could just continue hitting Puppy and bring him down very, very quickly. Good Entangle, of course, which is out of his control, but the focus firing was good, the stuns were good, and in the end they can't quite mop up Navi the way they wanted to.
Can't help but thinking that the Ice Path was maybe slightly too slow. I mean, Puppy still had the time to turn on his BKB. It still hit on 3 people though. It was quite impressive, the Ice Path positioning at least. But yeah, I mean, you're right. This was one of the most, or the more perfect fight that Empire could have wished for, and they only got 2 out of it, which is definitely not ideal. On top of that, I mean, they don't get very high profile target with the 2 that they did get out also. So, see, well, wasn't he building it yesterday as well? I just heard, Nahaz.
Yes, yeah. It's not. I don't think that game is in Dat Dota yet necessarily, but this is the second time, so he did it yesterday in their game against. I still can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Ubelst. 4FC. Oh yeah, 4FC. And they got absolutely destroyed by it again because they weren't able to punish him early. And now Dendi has the Mystic Staff for his Shivas if he wants it. Shivas is going to be a big deal here too, especially as Silence BKB ticks downwards towards. So now it's 7 seconds, so it's still got a decent amount of time on it.
And they need to find some opportunities to perhaps fight as the bear is in some trouble. They really want his TP incoming from Pycat as well. In comes a Chakram, doesn't hit. Bear is safe. Wow. A lot of people mobilize to try and make something happen here. 4 heroes all of a sudden sitting in the river.
The other thing Dendi could do would be to make travels and try to save up for buyback. Or not buyback, just travels. Because right now his respawn time is still 4 seconds. So he can travels right back into a fight even if he dies.
If he dies.
If he dies.
Which is, yeah. The next Roshan will be up soon as well. That might be warranting for a fight. If Navi gets that, they might need to put it just on the lifesteal or something like that. Because I don't think that Timbersaw is really in any danger of dying, and I don't think that Empire will try to prioritize him either. Because it will just take too long. It will just take too long for sure. But we'll see if they can get something good going. Empire will try to hold on and will try to just... well, do the thing that they're doing right now, just sitting with 4 behind 1 farming. Even the Gyrocopter right now is sitting basically behind the behind Mag. He's still able to farm some Ancients, of course, but he's pretty close by. We do now have the Basher though, and that might make a difference. Get Entangles, get Bashes up on a black holding Enigma. Might be all the difference in the world if he gets lucky. And they smoke up. Gonna clear out their own jungle. Only Favos sitting in there though, but he is actually backing off right now. Thinking about backing off.
They might be able to catch him anyway.
Yeah,
they gotta
Entangles.
find the hook angle, which they don't have yet because Mag's on him.
Yeah, they have the Entangle though on the Ensnare. He tries to TP himself up, but in comes an Ice Path. It's gonna be in time as well. Or maybe it was a Bash, but at least they get him.
It was, I think, an Entangle.
Or an Entangle. So many things.
Might have been a Bash. Either way, Kvos, that's very good of them to bring him down. He did go a sort of Roshan-friendly build. He went the Vladimir's Offering. Really, that's just for, yeah, basically him getting a little bit of extra lifesteal, a little bit of AoE armor, and being able to bring down Rosh more quickly. And now Empire, they want to use this Kvos kill to try to take Rosh. I think they probably can, because it doesn't have buyback.
Do you really want to try and take Roche when you know that the enemy has an Enigma? I mean, the damage that can still come out of Na'Vi is pretty insane.
Yeah.
They do take down a tier 2 for it, which is nice. And I guess Enigma doesn't have a blink.
He doesn't
either.
have blink, right? So there's no danger of
And
it.
actually, the song will allow them to just take
Yeah.
down Roshan. Mag
Yeah.
with the Aegis. That's gonna be good for him. They lose a tier 2 for it, but that's a worthy trade. Ooh, Mag still getting caught by the Shiva's guard. Then he dodging the ice path. Won't be continuing to chase this, but close. Close.
No, that was actually a really nice Roche kill, and they need a little more, because if you just look at the net worth, this is kind of the issue with Silent as your carry role. Like, he just doesn't farm in a longer game quite at the level that somebody like Kvothe does, where Kvothe had a far worse early game and now is ahead of Silent on net worth. So is Dendi, so is Pycat. In fact, Pycat is right around where Mag is. So really, this Lone Druid has to carry a lot of weight in this game. And the gyrocopter is not quite relevant yet.
Okay, yet indeed,
Yes.
because Satanic might be soon. Well, I say soon, but he has the Morbid Mask. I mean, it's the start. I have to start somewhere. But yeah, this Nature's Prophet is pretty fat. He's sitting on 2,800 gold. He already has got a Desolator. He's got a Scythe of Ice. Basically, now he can solo push down towers, and if anybody comes to try and stop him, he can just hex the target and either TP out or even go aggressive on him, because he does do a lot of damage right now.
Yeah, I mean, Pycat, we mentioned that, I mean, he's a player we know knows how to farm, we know he's going to be effective. He wasn't really held down in that solo lane too much. I mean, he's not going to kill Lone Druid, but he probably won't die either. He had an early unsuccessful gank to the top, but it hasn't held him down too much. He got the early Midas, he's farming like crazy. With Dezo Shadowblade Scythe of Ice, yeah, he presents a constant threat that Empire, they can deal with. They haven't drafted themselves into a inoperable position relative to the Nature's Prophet, but I just worry about Scandal at this point. What contribution can this Clockwork really make other than hookshot Cog's Force, which is, it's okay, but it becomes increasingly irrelevant.
Yeah, it's not another role that Scandal often plays. Like, in theory, regardless, he doesn't really play Clockwork that often, but like a hero that can't really bring that much and has to be a fairly passive, it's not his type of thing, and I'm worrying if he doesn't try to be overconfident with his capabilities, because right now, if by the way Na'Vi sees them smoking up, sees them walking into the dire jungle, and they might actually try to do something, they just back off, they go bottom. We already have Lifestealer and Nature's Prophet on the bottom lane, and we also have the rest coming in there as well. But Scandal here, I mean, he doesn't have a Blade Mill, he has a Force Staff, he can Cog and try to force himself out. But it's, I find it pretty scary for Scandal. Like, this is not the kind of hero that he thrives on.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be even more difficult to fight from behind.
I don't think they've really vindicated the Lone Druid pick just yet. Like, it certainly gives them push, but they remember when they had 6 towers and Na'Vi had 4? Now they have 1 outer tower and Na'Vi has 3. So obviously Lone Druid is not able to generate that much pushing pressure. And in team fights he's been useful, obviously being able to have yet another way to blow. Oh man.
Oh, here comes the song,
Next
still
song,
there, trying to do something. Fight's still going on, there we go, now the rage ends. Fanscore still alive for a little while longer, the vision is there, the Naga Siren goes down to the ultimate. Black Hole is there, Scandal goes down, the Aegis gets burned. That's gonna be a 1 dead Mag, and that's gonna be 3 dead overall. As a Clockwork, of course, tried to help out his teammate, couldn't do anything. That's just too much damage coming out. I mean, that man fight, that Lifestealer dealing a tremendous amount of damage. Naga Siren, of course, trying to get out, but the vision's still there for the Nature's Wrath. Was pretty sick, and that's gonna be also Pyka just teleporting mid, getting himself a kill on a support Jakiro. That means 4 heroes dead on the map on one side, 0 dead on the other side. What kind of map control can Na'Vi gain with this? Can they actually take down the last outer tower? I think so.
I think so. At this point, you just saw the unsuccessful dueling of the Lone Druid against the Lifestealer there. I mean, obviously he had help, but Na'Vi have this triple threat. Silent is still not really there. He has the Helm of the Dominator. I think Empire... It was those mid-game fights, right, where they just lacked the execution a little bit, let Dendi put too much pressure onto them, and then that in turn let Kvothe and Pycat farm to a point at which they're almost not capable of being dealt with.
Yeah, we actually have a tier 3 tower taken off the back of that one as well, which is pretty insane. There was no song because it was used to escape in the previous fight. Na'Vi is backing off though, playing it safe. They don't have a black hole for themselves, they don't have a Nature's Wrath. And they just wanna be safe. I don't blame them. Catching someone out, and they have utter control of the map right now. They can gank anybody anywhere at any time. They've got the Radiant jungle under their control. They've got now also BKB up on the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, their team is almost invulnerable, right? Like, you have the Cuirass and the Vladimir's offering on the Lifestealer, which stacks, right? So you have 10 extra armor for the entire team in a team fight. Now take the fact that Timbersaw starts at 21 armor, and then add potentially 16 stacks of reactive. And the fact that his respawn is instant. Like, what do you do exactly against this team? Like, maybe you kill somebody, but it doesn't even matter if you kill Timbersaw, because he instantaneously returns.
This might be bad. The Hex is there.
He's
Mag!
yeah.
Does he die again? Indeed. Cooldown helping out, but potentially Mag getting saved, getting sprouted for now. And Snare up on Nature's Prophet, who is still invisible. In comes a song. The BKB still running from the Nature's Prophet, and it's a 10-second BKB. The safe word goes down, but it's too late. And Snare's still there, but then he will be able to Timber chain himself away for a little while. Gets himself stuck in cogs, pops a Ghost Scepter, but stands in Necropire. Well, that's not something that you want to do in a Ghost Scepter. He goes down, but he's already back alive, though. I mean, his Bloodstone charges is just sick. So he has a Boots of Travel as well. It's like he never died to begin with.
Right. He does lose 7 charges. Is a lot to lose. I mean, extra charges on Bloodstone are nearly always good. Not only because they give you infinite mana, but just even the heal is a really big deal. Like, if you die with 20 charges of Bloodstone, and you're the first to die on your team, you give a 1,000 point heal to everybody in range. And in range is like a screen and a half. So people don't really talk about that, but like, if you have a lot of charges of Bloodstone, the other team doesn't want to focus you at all for the threat of just immediately losing the fight, because it's like you have 4 extra mechanisms.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even an exaggeration. It's 4 mechanisms, basically.
It's pretty scary. That's good that they were able to single him out, though. Navi backing off from that fight, maybe a bit too early, but also didn't want to have a chance to lose Pycat, of course. Pycat, who hasn't died yet the entire game, as I believe the only one in the game that hasn't. Yeah, indeed. Timbersaw only died that one time that he just did. That was his first death.
I'm surprised Pycat made it out of that fight. That was nice BKB Shadowblade combo.
Yeah. It was his first BKB charge, so it was extra long, so that really helped him prevent him from getting caught by the song. We do now also have a BKB up on Mag, who force stabs himself to safety. Bear might miss micro. He just stood still there. Takes him out of his, won't end up going down though.
Wow, Mag has no confidence in his bear. In fact, in general in this game, Mag has no confidence in the bear. Look, he has everything on the hero. He's just sending the bear out with Radiance, but a second ago the bear didn't even have Radiance on it. And who can blame him? The bear has next to no armor. It has a health pool, but if it takes 1 open wounds, Hvost will just eat it. He will steal all of its life. That's his job description.
Yeah, this is scary. We have actually finally Puppy buying something, but it's only an ultimate orb, so don't really know yet what he wants to buy with that one, as he has plenty of options. But he is he's very rich. He doesn't even want to have a Blink Dagger in this one, apparently, because he could have bought that ages ago. But doesn't opt to go for it. Navi.
Puppy?
Yeah, Puppy.
Oh, I mean, early Radiance on Lone Druid, it's... What's the point, really? Like, if you get the Blink off, you were already going to do well, and if you don't... It's not really a worthwhile purchase. It's much better, I think, for him to just go straight for that Scythe of Ice.
True, and he now also picks up a Gem of Truth.
Or even Lincoln's, if he wants.
He could do that, actually.
For like hook shot.
No more
or
snares, no more hook shots. Ooh, talking about snares, Lifestealer has one. He's eating himself back to full by Mag, though. That man fight did not go well for Mag. In comes Dendy, and he tries to make something happen. BKB's turned on all across the board. It's only Empire, actually. Infested Lifestealer still sitting there. Dendy thinking about initiating. His hookshot misses, though. Or Timber Chain goes for Silent, who is totally out of position and will end up going down. Why are you there when everybody of your other team was on the other side of the...
Why did he walk that way?
Well, here comes a nice ice path. But right now, without a gyrocopter, with no buyback coming out from the gyrocopter, never mind, there it is. That might be a reason for Navi to back off. They're still able to pick up the Jakiro, though. No ice path, no Macropire, no potential setup, and of course the song already used. What should they be afraid of right now? Nothing, basically. The Rex will go down. It's only range Rex.
They're not afraid of that.
Waiting for Lone Druid, and Tangles might be something they might be afraid of. Oh, apart from then, he just blinks himself in, gets himself ensnared, but Timber chains himself away still. Chakram doing some damage, slowing people down. Sprout up on the bear, so no entangles right now. In comes a cooldown, only hits up on Puppy, though. And the rest already sitting in silence phase, who just bought back and goes down again. Mag, hexed up, This might be
Go
it for
right back.
Empire. Lone Druid goes down, double kill for Lifestealer, triple kill for Avos. Nice cogs though, still against everybody. GG well played gets called out. Empire do not win this one. Navi will take it home. Will take their third win of the season and get the GG out up against Empire, who will be playing again. They will be going up against Quantic next. But so far today they're 1-on-1. Let's see if they can end on an even score or on a up score or a down score in the next game.
Yeah, they need to get Silent more practice being in the one role on like in long games. I think in Quantic he never really got the chance because all of Quantic's games were very short. They had the shortest average length of game of any team in the International 3. So he was playing a lot of short games. He's a good like early game carry, but he just doesn't keep up the pace. And that's a serious problem in a game like this where Gyro has to do something. And he just had less and less of an impact as the game went on, which is the opposite of what you expect with this hero. So, no, extremely well played to Navi. I'm not taking anything away. Both teams honestly had some fantastic moments. In the end, I think Empire, the Lone Druid pick didn't really work out. He got good farm, but that's about it. And he just felt so unconfident in the bear that he ended up just being a true, unironic lone druid, which is not the way you want to play the hero.
Now we are again, by the way, behind schedule, so we're gonna just jump ourselves into the next game. It will be Empire taking on Quantic. Let's see what they do there. Stick around for more Dota 2 action. This was game 3 of the 6 games that we'll see today of day 16 of StarSeries Star Ladder. So stick around for the 4th game, and we'll be right back.